Got it? What you see what I just did? The loop? Right?
Wait a minute.
Got it?
Yeah.
And then do it again.
Wait a minute.
Now your person next to you, make them stick out their finger, put it on their finger. Want to do it again? I'll show you.
I got the
Is that a loop band?
Put it together.
I'll show you again.
You got your shoelace.
Pull it up through. Make a loop like so, right? Look, simple loop. A loop.
Simple loop.
Right? A loop. A biche. A loop. Got it?
No.
Got it. A loop. Then you do it again. That's the one. And then with that loop, you do it again.
Right.
2.
Okay.
Stick out your fingers. Now do it again.
Then you do it again?
Twice. And again, I'll do it
I
again.
can't do it.
Here's the, make a loop like this.
Make a loop.
Right? Saw that?
Fisherman's loop.
See the loop?
Yeah.
Then you do it again. With the loop you got there, you do it again.
Should it turn purple?
And then what? That's it. That's enough. There you go. Show.
Well, you know it's not going to come off.
Got it? Just do it to the guy next to you on their finger.
Hey, it matches his sweater.
All right?
Boy.
Everybody got it?
I need help.
See that? Did you get it?
I think I did.
I'm going to tell you to forget all this in a minute, but you should have
I can't
it.
get off my finger.
I got the one loop.
Look,
Joe, you said this.
you make a loop like this. Got it?
I got that one.
Then with that loop, you make another loop.
Right.
All right.
And that's it.
Another loop, but then what?
Then stick your finger out. We'll stick your whatever you want to stick out. Here, stick.
Need more rope.
Got it? Then you pull both ends. And then you lock it. Got it? That's the loop. That's the loop to secure the head to the hook.
Got it.
Now we used to do it where we wanted. The rule was you want to pop the eel's eyes if you can do it. But now once I show you how to do that, you can forget about that. I improved it. First time to do it, right? All right, rigged eels compared to live eels, 2 different animals. A live eel, first 10 casts, nothing beats a live eel. Why? Because it's live, it's fresh, and they swim down deep. You can't get a rigged eel down where a live eel will go. That's just a fact. Rigged eels are basically not a deep water thing, unless the fish are on top, which most of the time they're not. So, but on the beach, shallow water, south side of Montauk, north side of Montauk, very, very effective. I always have an eel in my bag, rigged eel, all the time when I'm in Montauk. Always. Size-wise, you want the blackest ones you can get. I like them about 17 inches long, if you can get them. Where the hell's the eel? I just lost it 3 years.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, for my face. This one's been in my freezer about 3 years already, so it's kind of beat up. Want to pass it around, take a look, you can take a look. That's about 3 years old, that one. Here's another one.
Yeah.
It's about 3 years old, this one. Okay.
Joe, dropped in the coffee.
I helped him rig the last demonstration, did I
I
not,
don't
Joe?
remember that.
I remember the last one.
You,
All right, now when you're on the beach, there's nothing better than fresh dead. So if you can kill it right on the beach and use it that night, that's by far gangbusters. But not everybody has the opportunity to do that. So you might have an eel you froze or whatever. I keep mine frozen in a small Tupperware container with kosher salt, like a brine. And I freeze them like that. And that eel's 3 years old at least. So, with that said. The key is to get 2 hooks into this eel. I use 2 instead of 1 because the hooks act as a keel. They act as a keel, and they also increase the sink rate. If you use 1 hook, your sink rate's not as fast, and sink rate is very critical with an eel. It's not like a plug. It will not swim down. And most likely, the new retriever is going to come up. So how do you get it down? You cast up tight, put a lot of slack in your line, keep your rod tip low. Back in the day in the Cape, a lot of guys were using spinning tackle with rigged eels, and we were using mono with a whippy rod, and you just couldn't bury this hook. It's a very, very big hook and a very, very big barb. Get down to the hook, but you'll be the first person I call with that hook. So, with the big barb, mono and the big whippy rods we used back then, guys couldn't bury this hook. They would get fish, but they couldn't sink this hook deep enough to get a solid hook up. So then the other guys would go to conventional. Would use conventional tackle, 50-pound micron, which this is, and then we'd be able to bury the hook. So a guy with conventional has a much better advantage than a guy with spinning. However, on the south side of Montauk, you got to use spinning. So This is what it looks like inside the eel. Just to give you an example, what's inside, you don't see it. I'm going to pass that over. Okay. The key is with this, how do I attach the eel to these two hooks when with the force of the cast, the eel doesn't slide down here like this? And that's useless to you. How do I do that? So there's ways to do it. One way is some guys put solder, put a little solder collar here. They melt solder. Other guys will use line glued to it like this. Other guys will use a piece of putty type epoxy. Like if I was going to buy a box of 50 hooks, I would take 25 of them and immediately put collars on half of them. Makes my life much easier. I do it one time and I'm done. Right? So now how do you get the hooks into the eel? Step around and I'll show you. When I go, all right.
Joe, I have a quick question for you. I know a lot of guys tend to use the high carbon steel instead of the stainless because
This is not stainless.
I know.
Yeah, I know. You don't want stainless. No, you don't want stainless. You want carbon
They
steel.
stay sharp and normal.
They stay sharp when they turn black. Stainless doesn't turn black. You don't want stainless. Oh, another thing. If you can get closed eye, get them. I bought these. They didn't have closed eye. I bought open eye. And when you close these eyes, be very careful with your pliers. Put a piece of rubber or something there. You do not want to nick this loop because you don't use a snap or a swivel. You tie direct to these. So if you put a nick in here somehow and you tie direct, you're weakening the knot. So you want to put something in between here and close it. You want the carbon steel black. And they're not black in a box, but after a couple of years, I've had these 20 years ago, so they'll turn black. There's tricks that guys do sometimes, and I shouldn't tell you all that shit, but some guys they'll load this head part with split shots just to increase the sink rate. Some guys use sash chain over here. It's like whatever floats your boat. But I just like it like that. This is like 3 years old, this damn thing. So this is old as rain. All right, the key is I'll show you how to do it right now. Back in the day, we used to tie the hooks with wax cord. Does not you just did? We would use wax cord. That just doesn't come out. Guys use dental floss now. I'll show you. You don't need any of that crap anymore. I use wire ties now. So wire ties made everything simple. What I do, which a lot of guys don't do, when I tie the head of the eel to the hook, I pass my rigging needle through both eyes. I reason that if I can cast a live eel for hours and not come off, why not put the rigging needle through both eyes, secure it that way with the line, and I never had an eel slide back ever. Matter of fact, when I'm done with this, I got to get a razor blade to get the skull off the top of this hook. It will not come off. That's how it's really on there. It's not going to. You can pull this all day. It ain't going to come off. It ain't going to slide down. If it slides down, it's useless to you. All right. So I'll show you how to rig one. If you want to come a little closer, I'll show you. If you want to do it, I'll talk them through it.
Yeah.
Who wants to do it?
Yeah, I wanted to.
Sit. You know what?
I'm not that good at.
Get up.
You gotta move fast.
Get up. Everybody made a face when I let you do that. You're out of here.
Yeah, I want to.
50-pound Dacron or heavier. 50-pound Dacron or heavier. Some guys use sash chain. I didn't see wisdom without that. Where's my scissor? Who got my scissor in court?
Right here.
Why did that rod, Joe?
Because it's what would I use instead?
Braid.
Yeah, you probably use braid. Yeah, I would.
This doesn't slip as much, right?
Right,
Huh?
It's
easier to tie?
Slip as much as.
Easier to tie?
Easier to tie than
Why? Because this is how
No, it's easy to tie, so easy to work with.
This is how it was taught. That's how I always did. What do I know? That's what it is. What I do is you double the line up, and you put a Palomar knot on the back hook. Find the back hook. You guys got my hooks already?
Send you carbon steel hooks.
There's two.
Threw them in the bucket.
Oh,
what size are those?
vinyl side wash.
It's on video. Be on the internet. YouTube.
See, I can't close this. I'm screwed this up.
Just like how to use a lantern on the beach.
I'm a professional. Don't worry about it. Everybody got pliers to close this? Everybody got pliers on? I'll use this. We'll wing it. I'll use this.